What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video I am so stoked to be diving into some Joe Bros. That's right, Jonas Brothers. There's not a lot of their music that I know, I'm gonna be honest. I've definitely heard some tracks from them. I have a couple videos I've done here on YouTube. I feel like I've probably heard more of Nick Jonas and like his solo career than I have of like the Jonas Brothers as a whole. So I am really looking forward to diving into this track, diving into some more things from different eras, because I believe this song is back from 2007. My understanding, just from the conversations I've had with people that I know that enjoy this band, is that this is like a little bit of a pop punk era for them. I don't know if that's accurate, but we're gonna find out. I'm super stoked. Before we get into today's video, I just want to thank Santa over on Patreon for requesting this video and supporting me. Literally everything I'm able to do is because of my Patreon supporters. So I like to show them some love. So thank you so much for supporting me over there. I'm ready to dive in. I'm looking at this photo right here. I don't know if I've put the video up for you yet, but I'm looking at this photo right here and I don't know what to think. Like, we've got some very classy gentlemen here. Maybe a wedding, but also business casual. I see a couple emo haircuts here. Nick Jonas has some curly hair. Oh my God. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. We're just gonna listen to this. Let's go. Okay, I don't even have to go very far. We're 8 seconds in. I've got a riff that sounds like Alkaline Trio. We have really great bass riffs already. I've got a little bit of a riff that also reminds me of some classic Paramore. Like, there's a lot of shit going on in the first 8 seconds of the song. So we're starting it over and I'm gonna shut up. Oh yeah. Wait, what? We can run so far. We could change the world, do anything we want. Like, if I would have played this song for you when I worked at Hot Topic circa 2012, 2013, like, I could have passed parts of this off, especially that first section of lyrics right there, as like Kellen Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens. Like, I fucking love hearing this because I feel like Jonas Brothers is one of those groups that I know more about just them existing than I do their music. Like, their popularity is like something that is more stand out to me than their music. It's just because I haven't listened to enough of it. But even just like hearing these sections from them, it's so cool to imagine that like they've done styles like this, and then, you know, they've gone on to do their own stuff as well. But fuck, we could stop for hours just staring at the stars. They shine down to show us. You know, when the sun begins to shine, I'll be there to hold you through the holy night. Shit, we'll be running so fast we can fly tonight. And even when we're miles and miles apart, you're still holding on to my heart. I promise it will never be dark. Those fucking drums. We're inseparable. We could run forever. Oh my God, the way those drums come back in. I will not get tired, because I'll be with you. I keep singing this. Okay, I think there's a synthesizer in the back right now, and because this came out in 2007, right? Like, I keep saying that. Yeah, released 2007, January 1st, 2007. So because of that, I think about other bands that existed in this era, and honestly, like, it makes me really wonder, one, how much of the track or the music at that time was written by them. You know what I mean? Because like, I know that sometimes, you know, bands do have a little bit of the creative input from people around them. So I'm curious, because I think about other bands that existed around that time, and it makes me think that they were like fans of some of that stuff, especially when I'm hearing like these pop punk chords, some punk progression, but having synthesizers in the back. Like, this was very much, if you went to Warped Tour, you heard a lot of bands like this. A really great example is like Scary Kids Scaring Kids. Until the very end, we'd have
done all these things. Yeah, when the sun forgets to shine, I'll be there to hold you through the night.
Let's
We'll be
go.
running so fast we can fly tonight. And even when we're miles and miles apart, you're still holding all of my heart. I promise it will never be dark. I know we're inseparable. I would give it all.
Oh, fuck yes.
Let you fall.
There's like that. I obviously don't know enough about them to know who's singing what parts. But you can hear like really great rasp in the vocal right there. And honestly, like in this style, I mention it all the time, but you absolutely need to be able to hit those notes because that emotion continues to drive, which you're already driving in the driving force because you're driving, drive. I didn't want to say drive so much, but as soon as I started saying it, I had to fucking keep doing it. That's no good. But like when you're driving so much emotion, with your instrumental and stuff, and you want to keep pushing, especially with the intensity of the delivery that you're getting in these verses, you want to be able to keep bringing that to life more and more. So getting that like raspier moment, a little bit more aggressive in the vocal really helps to deliver that message. Drive. Yes. Holy fuck. Woo! Yes. What the fuck?
You know when the sun forgets to shine, I'll be there to hold you through the night.
I did not know they were this fucking cool. Oh! That switch up! And the woes? Listen to this fucking drum! Oh! Okay, I've got so many things to say. First and foremost, thank you, Santa. I always think that I'm saying Santa, and I'm not. It's Santa. Thank you, Santa, for supporting me on Patreon and requesting this. I have a lot to say. So, Jonas Brothers, again, a group that to me, due to like their TV show that they had, due to the purity ring situation, which I don't care how good that was. That is one of those things that I never fully embraced or understood what that was about. But I've always known more about just like their existence than I did their music. So getting a chance to check this track out in particular, and I say this track in particular because I've heard others and I've enjoyed them because of the pop rock feel, you know, almost funky sometimes kind of vibe that they're able to bring on stuff. This track stands out so hard on so many levels. I have heard time and time again that the Jonas Brothers started like with like a pop punk sound, and I'm like very pleased to say that this very much is a pop punk sound. Oftentimes people will say that and then it ends up being like pop rock, which is still fine, but I think that there are elements of punk that show up in these pop rock bands that really make me fall in love with them. For one, the guitar riffs here, so good. The chord progression is so good. Again, I am just picking up the vibes of 2007. Reminds me so much of Warped Tour. Bass in this is mixed so well. The whatever like effect they use for the bass, it's just so good. Okay, drums. So I don't know if they were like working with the same band like in the studio and then going on tour, but I can't wait to possibly see live videos of this just because their drummer is killing it. There are so many great drum fills in this, and again, just that intensity brought on by this instrumental is so good. Vocally, this is so badass because hearing the delivery with so much passion, so much authenticity really gets me stoked to see what else they did in this era. I think that you know, having the vocal range that I know Nick has, the fact that he can get that, like, I'm not gonna do it, but like that vocal fry kind of thing that he's able to do anyways in like his like R&B style stuff that I've heard from him. I feel like when you can, especially in with higher range vocals, when you can take those things, they plug so well into pop punk, and it's so interesting to think about that, but it works so well. And so when I'm hearing the vocal delivery in this one, they sound so perfect. And this is really what you get when you get super talented artists that end up doing this style of music. So 2007, like the first thing I ever heard from the Jonas Brothers was on Disney Channel when they did Year 3000. I thought it was their song forever. Then I learned it was a cover and the original was from McFly. It's funny how like your whole life goes full circle, but I loved listening to that so much because I picked up on those like bubbly pop punk kind of feels, and I love the vocals in that. So fast forward a few years to get to them doing this, and it really shows that progression, but in such a like real way. I don't know. There's something about the intensity of this song, because oftentimes if you get a group that does something a little bit more bubbly or a little bit more on the pop side, sometimes they can lose a little bit of like the like flex. It can lose a little bit of that muscle when you're first like driving into a song. Sometimes the vocals come in and they're like a little bit too soft for what the instrumental is giving. I don't get that at all here. Like not even a little bit. I get full intensity from this group right now, and it really is already making me look at them in a different light. Now, I'm saying all that. I have no negative opinions of the Jonas Brothers, but I've never fully invested into listening to their music. I want to do their discography, but I stopped talking about discographies that I'm gonna do because that's the only thing people talk about then when I do that. So I just like work on my own and then put things out when I'm ready. But they have a discography I've wanted to check out, and part of the reason was that I've heard about these early days of the Jonas Brothers. Now, again, all of this just gets me back around to the idea of going through their discography, because the diversity is going to be very real, especially as they got more and more popular. I know that they were like stepping their game up. Even if the genres were switching up a little bit, they were getting better as artists. But I'm also looking forward to the possibility of seeing some live shit from them, because especially in this era, it's so funny because I'm looking at this album art still. I don't know how these dudes with this album art gave me this, but I'm getting very much like MySpace, emo, pop punk, alternative rock vibe from them, even just in the photo. So like, I guess it just makes sense that this is so fucking badass. But again, huge shout out to Santa, because I can't wait to see, a live version of this track. Honestly, I'm already, when I shut this video off, when I'm done talking, when I'm done rambling and I shut this video off, I'm about to, I got the surrounded speakers, and I'm about to turn this shit on, turn it up, and listen to the song again, not in headphones, and mosh on my dog, because I feel like that is exactly the type of energy that this song gives, and we are absolutely fucking living for the Jonas Brothers giving me this kind of intensity. So thank you again. Let me know in the comment section, if I were to do the Jonas Brothers, do I start from the very first album? Do I start from an album like this? If this is an album, it seems like we've got something here. Tell me what I do. And also, with my love for this track already and my future dive into this group, what are you looking forward to most from me checking this group out? Because, I like to make little notes like, oh, people said that I would like XYZ, so I can't wait to check this one out. So let me know. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Playing some air drums with me. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I don't know what that was. It was like a heart, but then I kissed you. All right. Love you. Peace.